20 litre and 15 litre Cooper Pegler Evolution sprayers. And I'm talking to Ian. Ian, what's the connection between Cooper Pegler and Hozelock?
Well, Cooper Pegler were acquired by Excel Industries back in 2007, and within Excel Industries there is Hozelock and Hozelock Excel, who are the consumer group, and it's Hozelock Excel that produced the Cooper Pegler sprayer.
Now, you've done a lot of market research to produce the new sprayer. Can you tell me about the features that make this such a strong, robust sprayer for commercial use?
Yes. All of the vulnerable parts on the sprayer are protected within the geometry of the tank. So all the working pump parts down the bottom, the hose connection, etc., are all contained within the geometry of the tank, which makes sure that they're not vulnerable to breakage if the thing is thrown about, which they often are.
Right. And special attention's been paid to comfort, because these sprayers tend to be used quite often all day. Yeah. Can you tell me about the straps and the padding? Indeed I can.
So this is what we call the safety harness, which, as you can see, has got foam padding at the base of the back, at the top of the back and around the shoulder area. You've then got a really nice wide shoulder strap to make sure that the weight is distributed nicely, and then a harness around the middle and around the chest. Yeah. And the idea is not only is it comfortable, but it makes sure that when properly adjusted it doesn't move around when you're pumping the unit and cause chafing and irritation. So for the user it's a much nicer experience than before.
Now, of course, some people are left-handed and others are right-handed. Is it possible to change the handle over?
It's actually very easy to change over. Unlike some piston type knapsack sprayers, where there's a complex linkage between the base of the unit and the top at the pump, which you have to disassemble and then reassemble. This, all you have to do is remove an R-clip at one end, okay, and then slide out the handle and then the reverse the other side. So it's literally seconds to do.
Right. And what about the lance and trigger? Are there special features on there?
Well, what we've done is we've actually retained the Cooper Pegler trigger and lance that's been in use for many years. Uh-huh. It's made of glass reinforced polypropylene, which is really, really tough and chemically resistant. It has a really comfortable grip. But this is important for those people using them for hours at a time. And then you've got a really sturdy lance, nozzle cap and nozzle fitted at the end. And then within the handle here you have a filter which can be removed for cleaning and maintenance.
Okay. Now, when you come to use the sprayer, obviously you pour liquid into the generous sized opening.
Yep.
How do you regulate the pressure on this one?
Okay, so inside the tank here you can see, Sally, a blue mechanism, and that's an unloader valve, and you simply depress and twist to move from high to low setting. The low setting represents 1 bar pressure and the high setting represents 3 bars pressure.
Right. And of course we've got a gauge on the outside as well, so you can see how much you're filling the tank.
Indeed. So there's the old UV stabilised polypropylene tank is translucent, so as you're filling you can see the water level, and there are 3 gauges actually, one in litres, US gallons and imperial gallons. Right. So it covers all the bases.
Right. And when it comes to maintenance, what advice would you give users?
The key thing is sprayer hygiene. So good maintenance starts the moment that you've finished the last operation. So you should perform a really thorough rinse, and by that I mean a triple rinse ideally. So you put about 10% of the sprayer's capacity, so in this case about 1.5 litres of clean water into the unit, maybe with a cleaning chemical in addition, and then you give it a really good agitate, and this is where these 2 sturdy handles really come into their own, because you can agitate so that the fresh water is getting around all of the internal parts. You then spray out until air is coming out of the nozzle, and repeat that 2 times. then make sure that it's bone dry for storage. So next time you get it out for use, it should be good to go. In addition, we have a prescribed sprayer checklist, which will take the operator through each of the areas to look at in a very logical sequence. So making sure the condition of the thing is good, it's clean, it's dry, that there's no obvious leakage and so on. The condition of the straps is good, the pump is in good order, the nozzle is clear and so on and ready for use. And there is also in the same place a calibration chart, a worksheet, where the operator can actually fill in as he goes the information required. And both these things are downloadable from our website, which is www.cooper-pegler.com.
That sounds really, really useful, Ian. Perhaps we should fill it up
and
do some spraying.
Okay.